You're watching the OPGA SPOTCAST. Hey everybody, Dominic Marconi here, Executive Director for the Oregon chapter of the Pacific Northwest section. I'm here with Debby King in Eugene at the Kingdom of Golf Experience School. Debby, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine. You picked a perfect day for this.
This is fantastic.
In February.
We've had a lot of nice weather this week, and we hope to continue that as we go into the spring. So, Debby, some of the questions I like to ask everybody is really how it all began, and what was it for you that made you want to become a PGA golf professional?
Oh, wow. That's actually a pretty easy question. Most of my childhood, I was very athletic and played many sports. And then as I started getting older, I discovered golf at age 16 and wasn't really growing that much. I kind of halted at 5'0" in the 7th grade. And so the biggest draw to golf for me was you didn't have to be 6 foot tall or weigh 200 pounds to be good at this game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's truly a game for everyone.
Yeah, totally. I agree. That's great. So, Debby, we're sitting out here at your experience school. Tell us a little bit of what we've got going on out here.
Be happy to. Yes, this was a project that probably was about 4 years in the making. It was built out of a labor of love. My parents both passed away within 6 months of each other. And then my business partner, who co-owns this, lost her husband, and all of them were to cancer. And we took some finances and built this place together. And like I said, it took about 4 years. This backyard area was nothing but a field of dirt. We built this putting green first. Then we went in and did the target greens, and there is a bunker over there. And then just most recently over here is we finished off a portion of our patio to house a golf simulator. So it's truly just been a process that's been fun.
Yeah, this is really fantastic, and I can see why, you may want to be doing all your instruction out here.
Yeah. I split my time, half at Emerald Valley and half here. I've got the best of both worlds, that's for sure.
I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that the U.S. Senior Women's Open is pretty important to you, but it's important to you for a number of reasons. Why don't you share at least one of those?
Yeah. Well, before I became a club pro, I actually was a playing professional. I played on the Futures Tour, which is now called the Symetra Tour. I never did get my full-time card. I just had some exemptions on the LPGA. And I think I tried to qualify for the U.S. Women's Open 7 times and never made it. So when they finally came out with one for women over 50, I'm going to go do it. And I was lucky enough to make it in the inaugural event.
Yeah.
And it was
2018.
The best experience of my life. Yep.
Yeah, Chicago Golf Club.
Yeah,
That's
wonderful place.
I have played there, and it is absolutely beautiful. And so tell me what the experience was like playing in that event.
Yeah, as soon as you arrived at the airport, someone met you there and assigned an Uber driver to you, took you to your hotel. When you got to the hotel, you were handed a set of keys to your own Lexus for the week. Then they had different things each night, different dinners and cocktail parties. And just being able to hang with the greats, like Pat Bradley really impressed me. She just actually sat down and took some time with me. It was really impressive. I have a memory box in my office with pictures and things from that entire week.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an experience, though.
It really was. Yeah, Nancy Lopez was the, the MC or the person who announced at the start. And Joanne Carner was the first one to tee off, and she actually shot her age, 79.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
It was great.
Excellent. Well, good for you. So another thing I didn't know about Debby is that she spent time as a college golf coach. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Yes, it was something that I had never really given thought to. But I was the teaching professional at a club in Memphis, Tennessee, and I had just recently won the West Tennessee PGA Teacher of the Year. And I received a phone call from the athletic director at the University of Memphis and asked if I wanted to be the women's golf coach there. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. I might like that. And I talked to my boss at the country club, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to lose my job at the country club, so they both let me do both jobs for 6 weeks to give it a try.
Yeah.
And I ended up loving it, and so I gave my notice at the country club and went into coaching full time. And I was at the University of Memphis for 7 years, and that team went from being literally unranked and got them as high as 4th in the country.
Wow.
So that was very unique. Applied for the job opening at the University of Notre Dame because they were beginning to make a full-time program there. They had already had like a club sport type of program. And so then I went to Notre Dame and interviewed and got the job there and was there for another 7. So,
Wow, fantastic.
thank you.
And now you're in Eugene, Oregon.
Yes. Yeah, it was interesting how I got here. I
Yeah.
mean, my sister and her husband got transferred here through jobs, and then when my parents took ill, she brought them out here, and then she needed help caring for them. So I left Notre Dame to come here and be with my parents, and I started work here 2008. So
Well, look at
pretty
you now.
neat.
Look
Yeah.
at you now.
Yep, neat place to
Great.
live. Yeah.
So, Debbie, if there's one piece of advice that you can give a new golf professional coming into this business, what would it be?
Yeah, the short answer would be to be unique and creative. And the reason why I would say that, the long answer would be, it doesn't appear that people are rushing into pro shops anymore to take lessons, to, where you have to even turn people away anymore. You really have to promote yourself and set yourself apart from everyone else. Get a lot of education, learn a lot, and so that you can pass that on to your students or clients.
That's important. Yeah, that's great. Thanks for watching the OPGA SPOTCAST.